Hey everybody, it's Nerdicane here, doing another video. I know it's been a while, but I've been kind of caught up in schoolwork lately. So I'm doing a Move the Needle. I picked this up, and I kind of like it. It's very interesting. I've never really dabbled a whole lot in the world of Hellboy. I've always loved the characters, and I really love the look and the art style of this world. Like, and here's the cool thing I like about this character. This guy, Koshche. This kind of gives a lot of his background. I guess he was the main villain of a book before, of a storyline before, and they're at odds and they're fighting, and he basically throws a knife and gets Hellboy in the back. But you cut to now, and a lot of the story so far has been told through narration of him and Hellboy just hanging out at a bar, drinking, and Hellboy's interested in his story, and he starts telling a story. But that's the cool thing about characters that Mike Mignola creates, is that they're not so one dimensional. They have their motivations, and like in the past story, Koshche and Hellboy's motivations clash. They ran perpendicular to each other, so they had a conflict. But now that that's settled and that's done and that's gone, there's no reason that they still have to be enemies when they see each other. They can sit down at a bar and have a few drinks and tell some stories. And that's the really cool thing that I like about the way Mike Mignola writes his characters. I really do need to go read more of this stuff. I really do enjoy it. But it gives a little background on Koshche. He was a kind of a cocky young soldier, and the other soldiers didn't like it, so they kicked his ass and left him for dead. And he's found by this dragon, who basically says, "I'll save you, but you have to..." Where is it? You have to be my slave for a certain number of years. And I don't know, it's somewhere in here. You'll see it when you read it. So he does that, and while he's doing that, this dragon who enslaved him, even he's not so one-dimensional. He grows to love Koshche, and he basically says, "Hey, I want you to be my son." To which he says, "I got to go back out in the world. I'm a man. I got to go out and be amongst my people." So he gives him all these gifts that makes him just an invincible warrior, and that leads to a kingdom. Then he gets betrayed again by his wife, who chops him up to a bunch of little pieces. And this is important to the story. The dragon brings him back to life again, and his soul, the butterfly is his soul. He hides it, he says, inside of an egg, inside of a duck, inside of a rabbit, inside of a goat, inside of a tree. And that symbolism plays out in this story later on. So I'll skip some stuff. So right here, a goose comes and gets him and summons him to this person. And this person wants him to destroy all the dragons. Here's another cool thing about characters that in Mike Mignola's world is they have motivations that are underneath motivations, and I really, I'm kind of rambling on that. I really like the way that he does them skipping pages for copyright. Through all that, he was kind of a warlord, and he had this big army. So that person told him to, this is kind of a crazy part, he says, "Okay, make a circle and bring your most trusted warriors with you in that circle." And then these giant birds come out of nowhere and just like eat everybody who's not in that circle. And this one ends like that, goes into number 2, and basically picks up. They're still trying to find this cave. The ball is leading them, come across this guy. He is kind of he's not really important, but he's kind of a pointer in a direction to something that they're looking for. Cool story, but goat horns, rabbit. So the symbolism in the story is pretty cool, and it's going along to where he's on this quest to kind of restore his soul. There's eggs. So I'm not going to ruin this, but I think it's a really good read. I think it's move the needle worthy. I think I would recommend it to people. It's Mike Mignola. He writes well. I really like the art style, how it plays with the darks and the lights. Really, the only thing that stands out, everything's muted except for evil or violence. Then you get your colors, you get your bright reds. Hellboy is also something that's not muted in this world that's very drab and very muted. Hellboy just stands out with his red skin. I really like that. Sort of minimalist in its art approach, but it definitely works, especially here on this cover. This is really good. This cover caught my eye, and it's probably why I picked it up. This is an eye-catching cover. They're doing a really good job with the covers on this, so I recommend it. It is one of 6, so it's not going to drag on forever. It's been a good read so far. I could probably go pick up number 3 right now because I'm so far behind on comics. I'm going to get some new comics today. I'll have some new reviews coming up. I tried to go get comics yesterday, but I got there too late. So the closest place to me is this place called Criminal Records, and I love going there. They're really great guys. But it's in this area, if you know Atlanta, called Little Five Points. And Little Five Points is... Everything in Little Five Points looks like it's grimy. It looks like almost very recently, it was just covered in grime and filth and maybe somebody puked on it. But the cool thing about Little Five Points is there are really cool things. There's some cool restaurants, some cool bars. There's a small amphitheater called 7 Stages. If you ever want like vintage clothing or just some really unique clothing, there's stores for that there too. One of my favorite pizza places is there, Savage Pizza. It's a pizza place. They make good pizza. But the whole thing has this comic book theme, and they've always got this massive mural on the front glass having to do with comic books. It's really cool. But the problem is I got there, I tried to go there at like 4, and if you get there, if you try to park in that area, or even just go in that area, after all the dregs wake up, you're just going to be accosted by people begging you and people trying to sell you this weird brass crap jewelry. But yeah, that's why I couldn't go to that comic shop yesterday. I really like those guys. I recommend Criminal Records, but probably going to go today. I might go somewhere else, or maybe just try to pop into Little Five Points. But I should have some more reviews for you. And I'm probably going to pick up Lego Marvel 2, so I could probably use footage for that to do some commentaries on a little more of the Twitter drama and the industry drama that's going on. Especially, I missed out on a lot. I missed the boat on Milkshake 1 getting terminated from her job. Or maybe I'll do another video on that. But this is a recommend. I highly recommend this. Go out, pick it up, move the needle. If you buy this, use the Move the Needle hashtag. Let the companies know that we are out there. There is an audience out there, and we want to have good comics to buy. This is a good comic. I recommend it. So thanks for watching. Thanks for your time. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. I'm Nerdicane. You can hit me here, Twitter, or on Xbox One. Thank you for your time. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.